Hold up, grab my soda, cause I told you I'm colder than hell. I ain't buying what you sell, it don't ring my bell. Unless it's got the smell, you know, like grape ape. We ain't talking vapes or the color of drapes, or a gorilla in a cape. It's the good shit, just one hit. You so lit, you fall into a bit, non-bit. What's fucking funny is you're a monkey, a high school flunky, hero and junkie, obliteration of the carnation with gross castration, skewed citations by your intimations. Get real, young man, there's only one stand. You can't stand a suntan, how you gonna live on the land? Obliteration of the carnation with gross castration in skewed citations by your intimations. I'm a truth in rotation, you're a cheap imitation. Dark said hums, 808s make the ground shake. Cold as the grave, every word's a land quake. You're a flicker in the cipher, I'm the flame that won't fade. Step into the night where the shadows are made. What's fucking funny is you're a monkey, a high school flunky, hero and junkie. I'm gonna click another hit of this good shit, and I'm already it, so take over, it's been non-bit.
Greetings, everybody. Keith here, hoping everybody's having a good day, enjoying life, living life, loving life. Remind everybody, please hit the like, share, and subscribe button. There's a PayPal link down there for anybody who wants to share some love. All those appreciated. And I'm bringing some information tonight because there was an announcement earlier that they're no longer going to be making pennies. And a lot of people have already had this in topic over the last year, because it was mentioned earlier by President Trump earlier in the year that he didn't think we needed pennies anymore. And so what I want to do here tonight is clarify some certain things as it relates to that written law and who has delegation to do what. Because under the Constitution is Congress that shall do all of that regulation of money and stuff. And when it comes to the president, he can agree with certain members, such as the Secretary of the Treasury, to do what he did. But that doesn't dismiss the penny. That doesn't mean we have to now live without pennies. What it does is it limits the production of the penny while the circulation remains effective. And I think what we have here is a certain discrepancy that would certainly bear weight of finding a resolution, in that pennies today cost more than a penny to produce. So effectively cutting out the minting of pennies, according to the blanks that they have left, would effectively halt the further expense of pennies. So first and foremost, let's clarify that just stopping the production of pennies does not stop the circulation and use of the pennies. And therefore, people thinking throughout time since it was first mentioned here earlier this year, over that span of time, people have come up with these insane ideas that the penny, when they take it out of minting, which is not taking it out of circulation, they think when they stop producing the penny, that all of a sudden it's going to affect the consumer prices, as they would no longer be using pennies, and therefore automatically they're going to start rounding up. So for something that's $3.37 by the penny, they're assuming that they're just going to round up to $3.40, and that's not so. That's just not so. So what we have here is, if you look at 31 USC 5111 and 5112, those are going to lay out the parameters of your coinage and the process in which they mint it. And it'll clarify that the secretary can adjust the production amounts. So they can produce as much as they want, just like we already know with the Federal Reserve notes. Same with the coins. They can produce as many as they want. Okay. And they can even say, well, we're just not going to produce any and let those in circulation ride. See, it's the same thing as a casino. A casino can make more chips if it wants, but it doesn't have to. It has chips in circulation and by different denominations. So all this stuff is really interesting, particularly because it comes from people I know. And it just shows me that, you know, somewhere along the line, people have fomented this misinformation stuff, and it captures people's mind in this state of fear that the prices are going to go up and they're going to have to pay more out of their pocket for things because they quit making pennies. That's not so. That is not so. I urge everybody to take a look again and understand that the president doesn't have the authority to take pennies out of circulation. He does, with the assistance of the Secretary of Treasury, have the ability through an executive order to determine the stoppage of production as an exigent circumstance, such as they did in World War I and World War II. It's a temporary pause, because again, any true actions in that would have to be committed by Congress. And you can look all you want. You can also ask all these news medias. You can ask the president. You can ask the Secretary of Treasury. You can go before Congress and ask Congress. No such thing has been done yet. The only thing that's been done is the president and the Secretary of Treasury got together and decided we're going to stop minting pennies. And I think it's because eventually they want to find a solution for making pennies that don't cost 3.5 cents. It just doesn't make sense. So yes, it's logical to stop the minting so you can find a resolution to get back to a circulative coin that would represent a value that isn't inflationary or exorbitant or more expensive than it is. And that's the true reality, I think. And it comes from being able to read these laws, ask questions, understand what they say, and be able to discern for yourself whether you want to get involved in all the hype. And that's why I say it's important to understand. Don't believe me. Don't believe the neighbor. Don't believe the government. For crying out loud, don't believe your mother or NBC News. Do your own research. Don't let people run their insane concepts of fear of what might happen that isn't so yet, make it seem so real that you get involved in it too, because it ain't. Okay, so think about this stuff. And Joe says, I'm in no hurry to go strictly digital. I'm in no hurry either, but it doesn't affect me either way. Because see, a true man knows where the true value comes from. It doesn't come from a digital coin. It doesn't come from a penny. It doesn't come from a nickel. It comes from his efforts that allows for a system to make a medium for his exchange. And even that is his choice. He can use that as a medium of exchange, or he can make his own direct exchanges, Brother Joe. So peace be with everybody. You know I love you, but I don't give a rat's ass whether you love me back. So enjoy it one last time, folks.
Hold up, grab my soda, cause I told you I'm colder than hell. I ain't buying what you sell, it don't ring my bell. Unless it's got the smell, you know, like grape pape. We ain't talking vapes or the color of drapes, or a gorilla in a cape is the good shit. Just one hit, you so lit, you fall into a bit, non-bit. What's fucking funny is you're a monkey school flunky, hero and junkie. Obliteration of the carnation with gross castration, skewed citations by your intimation. Get real, young man, there's only one stand. You can't stand a suntan, how you gonna live on the land? Obliteration of the carnation with gross castration in skewed citations by your intimations. I'm a truth in rotation, you're a cheap imitation. Dark set hums, 808s make the ground shake. Cold as the grave, every word's a land quake. You're a flicker in a cipher, I'm the flame that won't fade. Step into the night where the shadows are made. What's fucking funny is you're a monkey, a high school flunky, hero and junkie. I'm gonna click another hit of this good shit, and I'm already it, so take over, it's been done big.
Thank you for joining us at Personality Inventory Mockumentary Production.